guys, October was such a blur. Business was booming. We had to make some very quick decisions. We were actually managing an RV park that we had to finish up. Basically, just kind of hand the reins over. And then Mike also had 2 solar installs plus a solar service call. All these people came to Greenville, to have.
And thank you for coming to Greenville.
Absolutely. So we had a ton of things to do, and we just packed as much that a person could possibly pack into like 3 weeks before we left. Everything was just like so quick pace. As soon as Nathan and Marissa's video came out, we were inundated, which we thank you for. And so we have just been so busy. So we apologize for just getting a video out. And frankly, we're still trying to get in the habit of filming our life and filming the installs. While we were in Greenville, we didn't really have great equipment, camera equipment, to really do the recordings of the installs. So we don't have a ton of footage of those, but we did, put those into this video so that you could see what he's done. He's getting a whole lot better at filming the installs, and we are just stay tuned. They are coming. We want to know what you guys want to see as well.
Yes,
so let us know.
Comment.
Absolutely. So this is just kind of a quick overview of what we were up to before we left, which we left November 3rd, I believe. Yeah. So
5 hours late, November 3rd.
Oh gosh, yeah, it was so incredibly insane. But like I said, there was just so much that we had jam packed into those 3 weeks before we left. So our first beautiful family of 6, they actually traveled to Greenville in their Class A Jayco Preset Prestige. And so Mike's going to tell you a little bit about what he did for their installation.
I installed 1,260 watts of solar panels on the roof. I had 600 amp hours of batteries, Battleborn batteries, lithium, Victron Multiplus 3,000 watt inverter, the 150-100 MPPT, and a 712 smart battery monitor. And we also put an easy start on that system. What I typically do is I walk through every coach and check out all the nooks and crannies and see where I can fit equipment so that the client doesn't lose any storage space at all. Ultimately, that is my goal. In this Jayco, there was a bit of storage under the bed where all of the electrical converged, and was a perfect fit, barely, for 6 Battleborn batteries on their side. Yes, that's right. In that picture, there is 6 100-watt batteries in that little space, which, for those lithium batteries, you can mount them in any orientation: upside down, right side up, sideways, vertical. There is no issue with orientation on those batteries. For all of the other Victron equipment, they had a bay where there was a bay and then a shelf, and I was able to squeeze the Multiplus up on the shelf, and the MPPT was on the roof. They had a residential fridge, so they had an existing inverter, which I was able to tie into the system as well. The Multiplus ran on leg 1 of their 50 amp, and the existing inverter I put on leg 2. So ultimately they lost about a foot of one of the bays underneath, and in a Class A, that's not a lot. So as soon as I finished the Jayco, the next client rolled in moments later. It was a 2019 Brookstone fifth wheel that was a lot like Nathan and Marissa's install. With this particular fifth wheel, the underbelly wall was already removed, and we custom built a battery storage equipment rack under the steps, and all of the Victron equipment went in between the piping above the tanks. We installed 600 amp hours of lithium Battleborn batteries. We built the rack for 8 batteries, recessed under the top step, with the ability for them to add 2 more batteries later. We also installed a Victron Multiplus 3,000 watt inverter, a MPPT, the 150/100, and the 712 BMK Smart, which is your battery monitor. On the roof we have 1260 watts of solar coming into the MPPT. My goal in each install is to ensure that you do not lose storage space if possible, as well as have a clean, good looking install. If I wouldn't do it to my coach, I wouldn't do it to yours. Once I finished, there was over 5 feet wide of storage space in the underbelly between the MultiPlus and the front wall in the storage bay. The third client that detoured to Greenville was for a service call. My niche is something that not all installers know and understand, as well as could be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, is automating the system so that you can run anything on the coach, meaning every outlet will work, either AC can work, microwave will work. Basically, I make the MultiPlus work anything in your entire coach. You have to practice power management and not draw too much power, but you don't have to choose you want this set of outlets to work or that set of outlets to work, and then you have to get into the breaker box and move things around. I make it all work. But if you don't know what you're doing when you automate the system, it could be electrically dangerous. Tying leg 1 and leg 2 together, especially when you go to plug in shore power. It has to be automated. It can't be a switch. People will forget to flip it or whatever. It has to be automated. The client had a very, very clean install, but wanted it to work with everything in the coach. So that's why he came to me, was to automate the system. And if you want your coach automated, contact us and we'll see if we can cross paths. I keep all the parts to do automated installs in my rig.
So my family resides in Greenville, so of course we had to get together before we left, and so we're kind of a big bunch. You know, I have 3 sisters and 6 nieces and nephews, so we're a bit loud, but we're a fun bunch when we all get together. I even got to spend a girls' night out with my sisters, which never happens. It's very rare that all 4 of us are able to get together, so that was pretty awesome. Really looking forward to going back to Christmas, but I'm so excited about where this adventure is taking us. We traveled to my parents' house because Mike had a motorcycle that he has another motorcycle that we've been trying to sell for 6 or more months, and my parents were gracious enough to let us store it at their house. We were traveling there to actually pick up a bicycle rack that my dad actually had on the back of his motorhome, and he wasn't going to use it, so he was like, "Yeah, you can have it. Thanks, Dad." But the funniest part about that was it was very interesting watching my dad and Mike trying to beat this thing off of the motorhome.
Okay, so it had a lock on it that we had to drill out, and then we had to beat the lock out. Then we tried to pry it out of the receiver hitch. That didn't work. Then...
Oh, they were doing this, by the way, for probably,
25 minutes.
At least 25 minutes. So I got the last, 40 seconds of it, so you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, it was like all of this down to that. But yeah, so I had beat on it with the sledge for a solid probably 5 or 10 minutes, and then I was wore out. So Brian took over, and then I was working. We were using a 4-foot pry bar to put leverage on it as we were hitting it to bang it out at the same time. And then the saga continued with that thing whenever we got it back here to our rig. I have a motorcycle rack on the back of our rig, which has a receiver hitch out on the far side of it. So I got it in, got the pin in place, and then I went to take the top of it off so I could set the bikes up there and then put the thing back on, and then we're good to go. Well, the bolt was rusted, the plastic handle released, I had to cut the handle off, it was another solid hour before I was able to put the bicycles on the rack, get them all strapped down. It was very, very time consuming, hence the 5 hours late. But it's all good. Thank you for the rack. Definitely thank you for the rack.
Thank you for the entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should be fair enough, I think. No, it's not either.
Woo!
Good work for that one.
Men are here. We make fire. Cook meat. Then put out fire by peeing, no get invited back.
It was a lot of work. Needless to say, once we were out of Greenville and Monday came around and I was able to start doing solar installation again, I was super happy to not be doing any of this other stuff because it was a lot more work than putting in solar.
We have a few more installs that Mike is working on, and we'll be getting those up very soon, like we mentioned. So just stay tuned. Let us know if there's something that you want to see. But just know that we're getting better at filming, and so we've got some good stuff coming your way. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Click the little bell so that you can be notified of new video releases, and click that little like button if you like the video. And thanks for checking us out. Also, check us out on Instagram or Facebook.
And that's kind of, Instagram is where we're trying to keep us live-ish with giving you little sneak peeks of things that's happening and where we're at with installs.
Also, just very soon we'll be updating our website with where we are and where we're traveling to in the future. So just stay tuned for that information so that you can hopefully meet up with us. Maybe we'll do a meetup actually in Quartzsite. Which is where we will be.
Reservations already made.
We'll be there in January. So we look forward to meeting a lot of you guys. So just stay tuned for more videos. Let us know. Make as many comments as possible. Like just let us know and let us know that you're there, and we appreciate your support.
Thank you. My niche is, if you don't know what you're doing when you automate, if you don't know what,
Okay, sorry. Stop.
My niche is something that not all install. Here we go with the outtakes.
There to where we're
Also, very soon we'll be updating our website with where we are and where we will be in the near future. Is that better?
Also, very soon we'll be updating our website. That's how you did it.
Oh, because I was thinking about the next thought while that mouth was getting finished.
That mouth was getting finished?
That mouth right there.
This is fantastic.
My mouth was getting finished.
Okay, all right.
And where... Also, very soon we'll be updating our website with where we are and where we will be traveling in the near future. That's a mouthful.
You want to try it again? Because it was pretty bad. I love these bloopers. They're fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Okay, we gotta hurry this along.
Also, very soon we will be up.
Sorry.
You're not helping this at all.
You want me to say it? I'll say it.
Yes, you say it.